All right, greetings everyone. How's everyone doing on this beautiful Monday evening? It's your brother Supreme Max, Far Money Network family, and we have a powerful episode or stream for you today. So, family, today we want to talk about, what's going on in the crypto space. Y'all know we always deal with cryptocurrency. Why I've been involved in cryptocurrency since 2016, October, and it has absolutely freed me because it led me to network marketing. And network marketing is really essential for anybody that wants leverage and that wants freedom. So it led me to network marketing. So I'm happy for cryptocurrency. If it weren't for cryptocurrency, I'd probably be working a job somewhere. But nevertheless, family, I've been free for 3 years, going on 4 years now. I haven't had a job. And we started Far Money Network. It'll be 4 years this month on the 11th. May the 11th will be the start of Far Money Network when we launched that, right? So what I brought in one of my business partners who is a professional network marketer. He's also a crypto expert on the low, but he is my brother that resides in the Washington, D.C., Maryland area, right? And he is also one of the co-founders of Team Freedom, with Kevin 2X and Jamil Muhammad and all of those networkers, right? So we brought our brother because we want him to talk about this article and go into what's going on in the crypto space when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to central banks and their digital currency. And we want to just know what's going on. So he has the answers. I don't have the answers. I'm just a student in the classroom. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on to the stream professional network marketer, crypto expert, Mr. Brian Battle.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, Brother Supreme. How you doing today?
Man, I'm all right, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm outstanding. Hey, first of all, I'm honored to be on this platform with you, brother. Just watching you grow and educate people every single day, it just blows my mind, the information you bring to those individuals who are seeking that knowledge, that really want to expand their breadth of understanding when it comes to finance, whether it's talking about hard assets, we're talking about digital assets. It just blows my mind away when I hear the things you bring, because if people are not listening to what you have to share with them, and just doing their due diligence, they're missing out on a time and place right now, and it's really going to help them to be very successful. So, brother, I'm humbled to be on this platform, and thank you for asking me to come on board and share a little bit of information I may have in my head space as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Well, it's an honor and a pleasure for you to, answer the call. It was just something you throw something out there. I said, man, why not? Let's get on here. Let's talk about it, man. You know Absolutely. What I'm saying? Instead of me getting on here, maybe they need to see somebody else, you know what I'm saying? They might not be listening to me, but I might be going over their head. So hopefully you can break it down in a simpler form. So let's bring up the article. Let's bring up the article from Decrypt. Now, Decrypt is a cryptocurrency outlet. Decrypt is a cryptocurrency outlet. So let's bring this up and let's let our brother, go through it and let us explain what's really happening, what's really going on here.
Absolutely. So early today, and the thing about the family is that Brother Supreme, myself, and some of the other key leaders that are part of an organization called Team Freedom. For those who heard it before from Brother Supreme, I just want to reiterate what Team Freedom stands for. Freedom is an acronym that we use because we know it starts with your mindset, and it stands for finding real educated entrepreneurs to help develop others to a millionaire mentality. This organization we put together roughly about 10 years ago of like-minded individuals, and I'm one of those co-founders along with Kevin 2X Thompson, who is, I call him the general. That guy is just phenomenal. And his lovely wife, Shelby Casey Thompson, I call her the major because she's the one that keeps the glue together. And I'm right there as the captain, just, doing my role as well. And our whole goal is to educate folks. So we have a chat that we have within our organization. We always feed information to each other. And I saw an article that came up when I was on my Coinbase account, just looking at some information, and it talks about Visa is outlining 5 ways to push into the cryptocurrency arena. And when you see something like this, family, these are signs that the wealthy are realizing that cryptocurrency is not something of the future. It's something that is taking place today, right now. And then when you start seeing individuals that are key business owners and corporate executives in major companies and banking industry saying, at one time they were saying that cryptocurrency was one of those frauds, one of those things that people shouldn't get into. And a good example is JP Morgan, the president or the CEO of the company said, you know, you don't want to be involved with cryptocurrency. But later on, guess what now? JP Morgan is now offering those type of cryptocurrency services to their clientele because they know that no matter what goes on, they have to be a part of to stay viable in the marketplace. So when you see companies like Visa outlining 5 ways and how they're going to push cryptocurrency, we have to wake up. And when I say wake up, think about this, family. You as an individual using your Visa cards, your MasterCards, or your debit cards and credit cards every single day when you do transactions. And someone's going to be paid based on that transaction. But the thing about cryptocurrency is that cryptocurrency is what's called the people's money. Credit cards and everything else is basically the government's money, corporations' money. Gold and silver is really God's money. So when you're looking at the people's money that companies can't control because we control that from peer to peer, they say, you know what, we have to be involved because if we don't, and this money is reallocated to another funnel where the people control it, then we're not going to be needed. So in order for us to stay viable, we got to be a part of the game. So now cryptocurrency is starting to become mainstream, but over 95% of the population still has no idea what's going on. So when you see Visa coming on board and saying, you know what, we're going to show you 5 ways in which to be involved and how we're going to get involved into it, what they're doing is they really find a way to really ease the population into it because they know they're using Visa cards. Now they're going to offer a cryptocurrency way for them to use it. And now they're still going to get paid on those fees. So, brother, let's get into the article, brother. I mean, I can sit here and talk all day, man. I'm passionate about cryptocurrency. I'm passionate about digital assets. I'm passionate about hard assets. And when we look at this article, it talks about the chairman, you know, Kelly, saying in his quarterly earnings on April 27, that the company has an ambitious plan for digital currencies. We trying to question, why do they have ambitious plans for digital currency? Because if you're not familiar right now, the banking system is starting to go to what's called CBDC. So what is that? It's called central bank digital currency. And what they're going to do, and you may have been, some people are aware of it, some people are not aware of it. They're going to take our physical fiat currency. When I say that physical fiat currency, when you have that paper money that's in your wallet right here, that's in your bank, what they're going to do, they're going to take your physical cash and they're going to digitize it. So it's getting to the point that eventually we're no longer going to be working as a society with paper money. That's why now they're saying, you know what, certain dollar bills are not acceptable. They use the coronavirus situation to really get us away from it. And you say you go to different companies and buy products, they ask you to swipe your card because they want to really get away from the paper money. That's a way for them to indoctrinate you away from paper money. So when you have what's called CBDC, centralized banking digital currency, we're going to start going to digital aspects of everything we do from a financial standpoint. So now you're seeing Visa get into the game. The president, CEOs get into the game, and they have a 5-point real emphasis on what they're going to do to acclimate us to it directly, indirectly. So let's go ahead and move on through the information.
Yes, sir. Now here he got a quote here right up under the first one. He say, I would say that this is a space that we are leaning into in a very, very big way, and I think are extremely well positioned.
Yes, sir.
Now, talk about why are they leaning into it so hard? You know, what's the significance of it? Is a person going to be safe using Visa, or is it any underlying stuff that we need to look at when we get involved in using places like this? Because, you know, PayPal has now Bitcoin, you know, so what's the significance of that? Break that down. Let us hear that.
The significance from my viewpoint, is so many different viewpoints on it. When you're looking at different companies that provide a service where we can actually use like the old Western Union. Think about old Western Union. You know, I'm dating myself. You know, I'm 49 years old, so I'm putting a little date on my age. But when I was in college, in order for my family to send me money, as opposed to going through the snail mail, and my dad may send me $50, it may take me a week to get it in the mail. He'll go over to the Western Union, and he'll go to Western Union. He'll fill out this form where, who's sending it, where it's going. And then he had to pay a fee on top of the $50. So it may cost him maybe $60 to send, may cost him $10 to send $50 to me. So by having that convenience in place to send it on a wire transfer, that money went from point A to point B on a wire transfer, and I was able to go into the facility and get my $50. So that's the old way of doing things. Now that we have situations like we have Cash App, we have some of the other apps in there, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, where we can actually connect our accounts from peer to peer, phone to phone, and have that account attached to our bank accounts. We can go ahead and pay for goods and services, and I could send Brother Supreme right now $100 for a service that he provided to me instantaneously to his account. So what Visa and these companies are realizing is that now going from paper currency over to cryptocurrency, they want to be a part of the game because they know that, for one, what we have is going to be centralized views of banking. We're going to have decentralized views of banking. When you're dealing with the blockchain, it's totally decentralized, which means they don't have control over it. When you look at the Federal Reserve and the banking system, it's a centralized unit that they can control everything that comes down to money. But over here in the blockchain, it's totally decentralized, which means they don't have control of it. So in order for them to be a part of it, we pay fees right now to the bank. So when we put our money, we voluntarily put our money to the bank. They may charge us fees, overdraft fees, banking fees, monthly maintenance fees, and so forth. So a lot of times you put money in there, you're losing a portion of your money every single day, every single month. But when you're dealing with the blockchain and people taking their fiat currency, exchange it for a particular cryptocurrency on the blockchain, they don't regulate that. They can't. They can't control that. So when you start looking at these companies saying, okay, we're going to do it on the blockchain, because people's knowledge and not understanding how the blockchain works, they can still say, look, we're going to actually manage it for you. But in order for us to manage it for, we got to charge you a fee. So they're kind of hoodwinking people through that process. And again, you still have access to their cards, but they're still going to use your money, your cryptocurrency, to generate fees. You're going to pay back to them. So they're not missing out on the game. They're just reinventing the game on something that's good, that's happening with or without us. Hopefully I explained that okay from that standpoint, brother.
You did. Can you go into what is regulated? What does that mean? Does regulated mean centralized? What does that just to help us out with some of these terminologies?
Absolutely. From a layman's term, when you're looking at regulated, basically the government is controlling the whole aspect. So we look at centralized banking, you have governments and institutions that are regulating and are controlling the flow of the money. When you look at deregulation, now it takes it out of the hands of the central bankers and the governments, and it puts it back into the hands of the people. So when it's decentralized, now you're not looking at the banks controlling it. Now we as individuals have control over our own finances. It's like when you look at the phone service in the past, when they used to be regulated, became deregulated. Now major companies that could come in and they can start, offering their services. The same thing with the railroad industry back in the day when it became deregulated and so forth. Now you have other small companies popping up, and now they're able to do business from town to town. Same thing that's happening right now when it comes to the Federal Reserve, the SEC. You have certain stocks and bonds that are that are regulated, and they have to be by certain standards. So deregulation is key when it comes to us being able to control what we do out here in society. And if you want to be in a centralized system, you're going to be under control. Deregulation is going to open it up for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. So let's go over these steps that they saying, and these ways that they saying. So the first one, they saying they helping people buy crypto. Would you recommend somebody using Visa to buy crypto, or using their platform? I know you're not a financial advisor, but we are talking about building wealth, and we are talking about the decentralized aspect of it. So would you recommend somebody to use PayPal? They just imagine. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Then you got Cash App, you got these other platforms. Like, people don't know where to go. Like, what's the most convenient, or because they saying they want to help you. Number one, they saying they want to helping you buy crypto.
Right. So when I look at the number one, it says help me to buy crypto. Okay, that's admirable for one, because for one, a lot of people don't even know how to get access to crypto. But here's the thing: all you gotta do is go on Google, go to YouTube, click on Brother Supreme's channel, and you can learn about cryptocurrency. There's information out there that'll show you step by step how you can take control of your finances and set up your own cryptocurrency wallets. Now, there are different companies or different platforms per se that you can go to acquire your cryptocurrency. I mean, the number one out there is Binance. Okay, it's the biggest and most robust platform out there, and they have the most cryptocurrencies on there, even down to the point where you can actually have on your phone with Cash App, where you can go in there and you can acquire your Bitcoin. But here's the thing about it. The whole purpose of you getting away and getting onto the blockchain, and the blockchain is simply the internet on steroids. And the blockchain is an open ledger, totally transparent. You can see every single transaction on there. But the one thing about the blockchain, it allows you to remain anonymous. So your name is not going to be attached to the transactions from point A to point B. It's going to be a series of numbers, and we can go a little bit deeper into that. So the blockchain allows you to remain anonymous. Whereas if you go to the bank, they have your ID, your home address, they have your nationality, they know your sex, your gender, they know your history, whether you have a criminal history, non-criminal history.
They know everything.
They know everything. So they can actually discriminate against you on whether or not they want to give you a loan or they want to, help you set up your account. The blockchain, it gives everyone an even playing field. So when someone says they want to help you buy cryptocurrency, you got to think about it. Do they have your best interest at foremost in the front? 9 times out of 10, the banking industry is designed to take away from you, more so giving to you. Okay. So when you look at a banking company who wants to help you, you look at it and say, okay, what is it worth? What are they going to get out of me? So if they're going to help you, for one, they're going to ask you for those same things: your name, address, phone number, social security number, your nationality, your origin, sex. They're going to ask all that pertinent information. Then they're going to be able to track every single thing you do. So every transaction you make, they're going to be able to track everything you're doing. They do it now, but do you really want them to be able to track your cryptocurrency and everything you're doing as well? That gives them the power to say, you know what? Hey, by you actually giving us control of everything and helping you to set it up, they give us some power in knowing what you have in your account. So if you decide you want to go out there and you want to transfer some money from myself to a family member overseas, and they say, no, that's too much money, they can shut it down right there and say, no, we're not going to do it for you. You follow me? You want to take control of that. So the thing is, you got to look at who's helping you and how much information you got to give them to help you in that process. If you learn it on your own and you work with people that have your best interests at heart, then you can control the flow of the money and how you acquire that cryptocurrency across the board.
Yes, sir. So number one, they saying they helping people. What they number two way?
Number two,
helping you spend it.
Crypto.
So let's look at
what are they saying in the article? Let me see right here. So Kelly said the payment giant eyes on opportunities converting crypto to fiat and using crypto for shopping, instant conversions. Let me see here. That means approximately 70 million merchants could accept Bitcoin as payment. Okay, I love that. Okay, we love that concept. Okay, because here's the thing: crypto is huge. There are companies right now that are accepting crypto at a smaller level. And what's going to happen I believe, over the next 6, 12, 24 months, more and more companies, as they become more aware of cryptocurrency, they're going to start accepting cryptocurrency as a payment. Now, why is that important? Because, see, cryptocurrency, especially on our platform, when we talk about GS Partners, the company that Brother Supreme and I have partnered up with, you have the ability, depending on what platform you're on, you can have a certain amount of cryptocurrency, and you can convert that cryptocurrency into hard assets: gold, silver, diamonds, platinum, palladium. Okay. And the thing is that we understand what the wealthy do. They want to control having digital assets, and also they want to have hard physical assets they have in their control. But here's the thing: you really can't take a gram or an ounce or a kilogram of gold to a car dealership and say, I want to buy a car, and expected them to break you off and change in gold as well, in the purest form of gold. But what you can do is, depending on the platform, you can convert that gold into cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency into gold. So now you have the asset that's growing in value, but you control it on your device in your wallet. So when you look at going in there and doing business with a company and you want to get your service and products, cryptocurrency is going to be the way to do it, because now all you're doing is taking your cell phone, getting that person's public address, find out the amount in which you have to pay them, and instantaneously you send a transaction and boom, it's verified on the blockchain. So they can't say if it's been delivered to them that they never received your payment, because all you got to do is look at the transaction on the blockchain based upon their public address, and you know for a fact that I sent it from my wallet to their wallet and the transaction happens. So when they say they're going to help you to spend the cryptocurrency, think about this. We all have debit cards and credit cards, and we're using those cards every single day. The beautiful thing about it is, if you're working with a company to help you to buy and spend that cryptocurrency, best believe that they're going to make money on the front end and they're going to make money on the back end, because they're not going to give you that service for free to acquire those coins. That's where the fees come into play. So particularly with our company and what we do, we offer the same levels of services as opposed to the banks getting paid, because Brother Supreme and I are teaching people the same thing, but they're keeping control of their accounts. Whenever they do a transaction, we get paid for referral costs, a referral fee.
Let's hold GS Partners. Let's hold that blockchain information to the end. Let's get through this article, and then we can, because we want to not do a comparison, but we want to, we want to put these glasses up beside each other. Like, you can go here and do this, but you can do this over here and talk about the significance. And we also want to talk about the closing the wealth gap too with crypto. Like, what is the best avenue? We're gonna get to all of that, but let's get through these steps or these ways that these are outlining, and then we're gonna get into all that, brother, because I know you got a lot to say about this. So number 3, crypto and everyday finance. Oh man, that's deep. So they saying crypto and everyday finance. And they're going into the article saying, Kelly said the third area for Visa is helping financial institutions and fintechs to offer crypto to their customers. He said the company has created APIs to allow customers of financial institutions to buy, store, or trade digital currencies held by arbitrage. Okay, so that's the third way. So
yes, sir.
That's significant right there. So touch on that a little bit. They talking about everyday use. That's deep, man. It's like, why are they doing this though? Ain't Visa connected to the central bank? Ain't they part of that click?
Yes, sir. Here's the thing about that part. Hey, look at family. That statement that Brother Supreme made, it just lets you know how powerful this brother is. You see how he actually reeled me back in? He said, Brian, stay on course, stay on task. We're gonna hit these points right here. I love that, because I got so much in my head, and I like how he pulled me back. But look here, number 3, finance, crypto and everyday finance. See, here's the thing. When I read this portion right here, and again, I understand why they're doing it, because a lot of people need proper guidance. I mean, until I was informed more about cryptocurrency and understanding what the wealthy do, I would just listen to what the banks is telling me to do, because that's all we knew about the banking system. You put your money into the bank, hopefully it grows, you do transactions, get your debit cards and so forth. That's what we did. So with that same premise, people who are not knowledgeable enough, they're going in there, and what this caption says, crypto to everyday finances, a lot of people are setting up their accounts within the blockchain. But what you don't really understand is that when you are allowing someone to set up your accounts in the financial market, you're giving them control over your finances, to the point that the key behind blockchain technology and having your own wallet is that you want to be the one in control. You don't want to give people access to what's called a private address. You want to give them access to what's called a public address, because you can give your public address all single day. I'll post my public address up based upon Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins, and just tell people, look, send the coin to me. But the thing you don't want people to have access to is what's going to be your private address. So when you have people setting up your financial accounts and they become what's called a steward of your account, okay, you're basically giving them access to your wealth. And by doing so, you just never know who you're dealing with who may not have the best intentions of you growing. So if something happens and they don't like the way you're staying within the policy of what they have in place with your accounts, they have direct access to your funds. And that's where the private keys come into play. So when you're looking at API and, they talking about, customers can buy and sell Bitcoin through their community, it's their community. They're the ones setting it up. And you're giving them permission to manage your accounts, but you got to give them access to your private keys. That's one thing you never want to do when you're dealing with cryptocurrency. So when you do that, you basically just giving someone access to your generational wealth and everything you accumulated up to that time. So I highly recommend not doing that piece, or have something in that statement when you do, if you happen to work with a bank from that standpoint. I don't know how it's going to come out, but you definitely don't want to get them access to your private keys.
Absolutely not. That's access to your wallet, and
Yes,
they can
sir.
rob you blind. So definitely don't want to do that. So the fourth way, settlement of crypto.
So what we saying here? So both let me read the article one more time as far as the settlement of the information right here. Selling names, 20 currencies and so forth. Okay. When you're looking at the settlement of crypto, I mean, you can look at it from different ways. When I look at it from the settlement of crypto, there are ways in which you can actually, for one, you got to buy the crypto. So you're taking your fiat currency and you're exchanging it for cryptocurrency. But the one challenge that people have is, okay, once I had a cryptocurrency, either I'm going to save it for long term. So a lot of people take their 401ks, they may take their pension plans that are not growing at exponential growth. And they're realizing that cryptocurrency is growing by 10x, 20x. And depending on what coins you have, if you get them where they're less than pennies and they move by 1/10 of a penny, or it goes to a penny, or goes to $1, you're looking at exponential growth in a short period of time where your wealth can grow exponentially a lot faster. So once you have that resource in place, we still have to have our everyday needs taken care of. What I mean by everyday needs, we're talking about, paying your mortgage, paying your rent, paying a car note, paying for your groceries, all your utilities. So you have to have some way of settling your crypto in which you can use it. And I'm speaking from the way I read the article myself. The key is that you need to figure out a way in which you can actually convert it back into spendable money. So you got to find a platform that's going to allow you to do it and exchange it back into spendable money altogether. So when they're talking about settlements, here's the thing. You want to be in a settlement area where you can still control how you convert it back from cryptocurrency back into fiat currency, whether it's going to be maybe the 5 major currencies out there, depending on where you live. But when you do it through a company right here, it's going to be decrease in your wealth because now you're going to have to pay more fees. Okay. You're giving them access to everything you have in place. They're going to know and track everything you're spending on and create a dialogue with you, knowing what you're going to spend. You want to remain anonymous in this. You want to be able to make your transactions peer-to-peer without intervention from any corporation or any banks altogether. So again, it comes back down to settlement on a centralized platform, i.e. Visa's platform or JP Morgan or Bank of America, or another platform that helps you to remain anonymous, but you can still do your day-to-day transaction. That's very key right there in itself.
Absolutely, man. That was a lot. Yes, sir. All right. So the last one. Central bank digital currency. So can you real briefly, man, explain to us the difference between a cryptocurrency and a digital currency? What's the difference? Because they're both digital. So, but is it any type of difference there? What's the difference?
Absolutely. From my understanding as a layman, really learning more and more about the difference between cryptocurrency and you're looking at central banking digitalized currency. Okay. Cryptocurrency is digitized. It's basically tokens that you have or coins that are digital in form. Okay. They have a certain value attached to them. They have a true purpose of what they're used for on the blockchain. Some coins that have, and I feel have more value or utility coins because they serve a purpose. That coin helps to move the technology behind the scenes on the blockchain, i.e. voice services, text messaging services, or voice services. In order for you to use those services, you have to utilize that coin for that transaction and that service to happen. Now, when you're looking at, your centralized banking, digital currencies, that again, the key word is central, the root of what we're talking about. That means that you don't control it. So what's happening from my viewpoint is that the central banks are realizing that people are getting away from using the banking system. They want to go back into using the people's money, which is going to be cryptocurrency. But because they can't control the cryptocurrency, they're going to come out with a variation called central bank digital currency. All it is you're basically taking your fiat currencies that are deposited to the banks from your jobs, from wages, from profits, whatever it is, and they're going to make it digitalized, okay? But again, the banks still control that. So it's a form of basically giving you an idea that it's going to be digitized money, but it's not really cryptocurrency. And when you look at CBDC, you don't control that. So I look at it from this standpoint. I don't want to be someone like a doomsday type of person, but the fact is that if you don't control it, you don't own it, okay? So when you set up an account with a centralized banking digital currency, you still don't own that currency or that quote cryptocurrency that's in the bank. The same way when we actually get paid and we voluntarily put our money into the banks and we decide, say, okay, Brother Supreme is sitting on $1 million in the bank. They give him daily limits on how much he can actually take out. Why do they put limits on the money that he earned in profits? Okay.
Well, because it's really not there.
And it's really not there. So I don't even want to go really deep into it with fractionalized banking and so forth. If you really want to break down the Federal Reserve, get a book that's out there that really talks about the Federal Reserve. The creature from Jekyll Isle will break it down to you 100% and how the Federal Reserve Bank came into play. And the whole thing is, if you control the people's money, you control the whole country. And that's where we are right now, where you're putting your money to the bank, into the central bank, but now they want to take it from a physical standpoint to a digital standpoint. So the key is, family, there are going to be people that's going to buy into that notion of CBDC. And there's going to be individuals who understand the power of just getting onto the blockchain that is decentralized. You're taking your fiat currency, you're putting into the system, getting that digital currency, and now you control it within your wallet. Because think about this, even with a central banking digital currency, they're going to still charge fees on that. And the thing is, all things are going to have fees, but you want to be in a position where you can pay the least amount of fees, but you want to have control of your money. So CBDC is still something that's actually being developed or being implemented in a different form in different countries. And as it develops, you want to get educated on it more and more from that perspective.
But can't we make the argument that the dollar is already a digital currency?
Absolutely.
Right now?
Absolutely.
Can we make that argument and then, these centralized currencies are these digital currencies, and that's why they switch up the language. Is that the case why they switch up the language? Because a cryptocurrency has to be on the blockchain.
Yes, sir.
A digital currency can be what we use in the dollar, the yen, the euro. All of this stuff is digital.
Absolutely.
You can go and make it physical, but it's digital. That's why when you talking about the $1 million. If a person got $1 million in there, they got a limit because they don't actually have $1 million sitting in the bank. Absolutely. They didn't already did something with that, so they didn't give you a limit on it, and then it's just them really with numbers in the database.
Absolutely.
Man, that's deep, man. That's deep, man. So we understand the difference between that. So people shouldn't want the digital currency. They should stay away from and should get involved in some type of cryptocurrency. What is you saying, right?
What I'm saying, right? From my viewpoint, if you really want to maintain control of your finances, from what I'm learning about CBDC, In a sense, we're already involved with CBDC because we're using debit cards and so forth. So they actually, transforming that physical currency into binary numbers, ones and zeros and so forth. But the thing is, if you really want to take control of your finances and really make it grow the way you wanted to grow, just off the history alone, when dealing with cryptocurrencies on the blockchain, that's the way you want to go. That's the way I'm going. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's just based on my history, the success I've seen other people before me and with me right now or having that success. I recommend as a personal layman to get onto the blockchain. There's no way you're still going to have to deal with the banks to some extent, but you want to limit those banking institutions as much as you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Thank you for that, man. Powerful, man. I told this brother was educated on this stuff. Y'all thought we were playing in it. So this man is an expert of this stuff. Y'all see this man, he need to be behind a bank. He need to be in a bank. Well, but he is his own bank, right? But listen, let's shift gears now. So you was talking about GS partners, like gold standard bank partners, right? So why should a person want to get involved in? Now it ain't just about us making money, because people should get involved in cryptocurrency whichever way you can. But what's the benefit of becoming a GS partner though? In this ecosystem that you mentioned?
Absolutely. For one, we're a community of people with the same mindset within a project called the G999 project. That's the main coin we have right now. And as Brother Supreme is showing you right now, we're listed on different platforms and we show the different pricing point. The reason why our coin is such a phenomenal project is that it has a true purpose. It's a utility coin. And it's used to drive certain services, particularly voice services, text messaging, as well as emails. And the thing is, what's developing right now when you're dealing with corporations or dealing with the common individual is that people want to have privacy. Privacy is the new order. Because right now, when you're dealing with a centralized system, they can actually know what you're doing consistently. So people want to be anonymous in what they're doing, especially when you're dealing with communicating from peer to peer. You want to be able to just, if I want to send something to Brother Supreme, I only want him to know what we're talking about. Okay. And it's going to be encrypted behind the scenes on the blockchain, as opposed to me sending him a text on my Sprint phone or my T-Mobile phone. Now there's a way for people to see what's going on. The major benefit when you're dealing with a company like ours is that it's going to give you products and services that the common person needs and corporations need. The main thing that drew me to this company is the people, for one. Secondly, is the educational platform. See, here's the thing. We're evolving into a new order of finance. And 95% of the population, or a little bit more, are not even familiar with what's going on. They're asleep right now. It's going on an everyday process. But within GS Partners, the value comes is that we have what's called a university, blockchain university. And in the blockchain university, we show you through videos, understanding, what's the origins of the blockchain, how was Bitcoin is, come to inception, what is staking, what are master nodes, understanding how the transactions work from having a private address, having wallets, setting up wallets, all those things you need to know from the beginning of understanding how to get involved with cryptocurrencies. We have an educational system behind the scenes that will break it down for any person to understand how to get involved. From there, like anything else we do, a lot of us in this business, because for one, we want to help other people become successful, but more importantly, we want to be able to create through the platform of blockchain and cryptocurrency. We want to create some generational wealth. So we have what's called a referral program back there. And within the referral program, all we do is just send out information to individuals that we love, appreciate, and respect. And we share with them some information about how they can get involved with a company that's on the blockchain, that's emerging to be one of the top companies out here in this world, if not the number one company. And when they come on board through a referral and they acquire themselves an appreciating digital asset, we get paid a referral fee. So there's so many different layers when it comes to GS Partners that we can sit here and talk for hours on top of it. But the main
let's talk about it. we ain't got hours because I do got we got a team huddle at 6, but we're gonna go to about right then. But let's talk about it though. Let's like the average person. I want you to go into this because I know you highly educated in it. When the average person think about crypto, they thinking about getting in a coin going up. They make money, right? But what they don't consider is, so they think about market price because they're looking for a quick come up. Are they looking for capital gain? Now, what happens in the tax bracket when you doing capital gains than when you are holding the crypto? Because a lot of people is being spooked out because they're talking about Biden is going to raise the crypto taxes. They're doing all of this stuff here. So how can the average person, you don't have to go too deep, but what could, how can you prevent that? Like, what am I to do? If I get crypto, how can Biden them tax it? If I cash out, what happens? If I cash out, I take the profit. What happens?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right now, the United States is figuring out ways in which they can actually tax cryptocurrency. Okay. Because again, it's on a blockchain. There's really no visibility to attach a certain transaction to an individual unless you tell them, because it's not going to say Brian or Keith bought the cryptocurrency because it doesn't show your name on there. So here's the thing. When you're looking at capital gains, depending on who you are, if you're paying your taxes, you're going to report, your gains when it comes to how much you made from cryptocurrency. But the only way you can do that, you have to sell it to actually establish your capital gains. And normally, depending on how you look at it with capital gains, if you reallocate it into another project of equal high value, you don't have to report it because you're reallocating into another project. Now, when you look at the word of holding, I tell people all the time, if you're already working a job and you have a pension plan, you have a 401k, or you have your own individual retirement account, an IRA, the whole purpose of you having those particular accounts is because you're saving for retirement. So you're not looking to touch that money. You're hoping that it's going to grow exponentially over time through compounding and so forth. Okay. The same premise you want to look at it when you actually have a coin, particularly our coin G999, as right now is at 0.6 of a penny. You're looking at getting a coin with tremendous upside, but you can get it at hundreds of thousands of millions of coins at a very low cost. And when it moves exponentially and you hold on to it, the value goes up. So you don't have to pay those taxes because you haven't cashed out, in a sense, to get profits on there. So I always tell people, look at it for a long-term project, the same way you're going to look at it if you're working a job and have your retirement account. But this type of account can pay you immensely. We start going into it deeper and so forth. So capital gains, for one, you want to get in business for yourself so you can be a business owner. Okay. I'm not tax accounting, but the fact is, by you being a business owner, the laws are set up for the people who have businesses, not the person who's working for wages, the person who's working to get profits. Okay. So when you're working for profits through your business, the tax bracket is going to be totally different than someone working a job. That's the first thing you want to look into. So get with a consultant, find out more about it, get positioned with a business. And then from there, you're going to have all the advantage you want when Biden and them are talking about coming down with, more taxes on cryptocurrency. Sit down with a tax consultant, let them know, hey, I got cryptocurrency, but what can I do within the constructs of the law to maximize my cryptocurrency? So get knowledgeable about the laws, and then you know how to maximize from that standpoint.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you. Awesome. So let's talk about, more professionals, ball players are now accepting, they want their whole salary in crypto, in Bitcoin rather. They want Bitcoin, right? So they want their whole salary. And for those that don't know, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Forward Money. Follow us on Instagram, Forward Money Network. We're also on Twitter, Forward Money, and we're on Facebook, Forward Money Network. And my personal page is Forward MacD. Brian's personal page is Brian Battle. All right. So I want to see. You had an article come out, the Sacramento Kings offered their whole organization, staff, tower board, everybody, the players, coaches, to accept their salary in Bitcoin. You had Russell Okung, who accepted half of his salary in Bitcoin for the Carolina Panthers. Now you just had the tight end for Kansas City, Sean Koken, who he accepted his whole salary. He only getting paid 900 and some thousand, right? But he accepted it in Bitcoin, and that's very key. So if everybody's doing that, where is the platform? Or would it be wise for people like us, just the average person, to try to get in some type of ecosystem that will pay us in Bitcoin? Would that be wise? And we also seen Ethereum explode and go over 3,000 last night. So would that be wise for the average person? Because I can't play ball. I don't work for the Sacramento Kings. You also got the Miami Heat finna play in an arena that's owned by a cryptocurrency exchange.
Yes, sir.
Very significant, right? So we can go and use Bitcoin or probably some more currencies and buy a ticket and get into the arena, right? We don't need cash. So talk about, would it be smart, would it be wise for the average person to want to get paid in crypto? And if that's the case, where can they find that type of platform at? Like, where is that at?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You hit on some phenomenal points right there. I learned a long time ago from my mentor to say that success leaves clues. And a lot of times when you start seeing high net worth people in these entertainment fields and sports, people who own teams, professional teams, and they're offering people the ability to take their salary from a fiat currency that's declining in value every single day and put it into an appreciated digital currency such as Bitcoin, it's telling you right there that the way of finance is changing tremendously. So when I look at professional athletes who have a salary of $900,000 and they say, can you pay me in Bitcoin versus giving me that fiat currency that I know is going to go down in value over a certain amount of time, and say you get it in Bitcoin. And you know, Bitcoin is growing all the time. So someone who has a $900,000 salary can virtually, in a matter of 1 month, their $900,000 salary turns into maybe $2.5 million because the value of Bitcoin is going up. It's becoming a norm of people who want to use cryptocurrency. And that's the major standard coin, which is going to be Bitcoin. We start seeing arenas saying, you know what, in order for you to do transactions with us, we're only going to start accepting cryptocurrency. That's telling you something right there, that the movement of money is going away from the fiat currency. See, for one, when you're dealing with fiat currency, you can also counterfeit that, okay? But with cryptocurrency, you can only have accountability for that particular coin or fractional coin, and it can't be duplicated. So you have to worry about counterfeiting on the blockchain. But the major thing is that someone, as a normal person who's not a celebrity, that has a modest income, and the great thing about it is they have a certain level of standard of living. And I go back to the athlete. A lot of athletes now, when they come into their rookie years or they go into their second or third year, they have financial consultants. And some savvy financial consultants saying, look, you may want to look at this cryptocurrency industry. And because they have a certain standard of living, they're not worried about going out there buying all the biggest cars, you know, the fastest cars, biggest homes and so forth. They're taking their money because they know it's going to be life after that sport. And they looking at long term. They say, you know what, let me go ahead and build up my wealth now in the industry of cryptocurrency that's growing by leaps and bounds so that I can actually quadruple and 10x, 15x my money. So when I do retire, then I can get all my toys. For us as normal individuals who don't have that celebrity status, making that type of money, we can still take the incomes we make on our jobs, take a portion of the income, invest it into the cryptocurrency, and you got to be diligent on which ones you want to acquire. But more importantly, if you can find a platform that if you actually share with people, a platform that allows them to earn Bitcoin, earn Ethereum, which is the number one and number two cryptocurrencies in the world, and still make money instantaneously on the blockchain, then you have the perfect storm of success that's developing. So when you look at a platform that we're talking about, that's what we have right now with GS Partners, because we don't have to go out there and buy the coins to acquire it. We can do that, but more importantly, we can actually share the information about a platform that allows you to have access to cryptocurrency, puts you in a position where you can have access to master nodes, community nodes, staking, DeFi services. And when you refer those things and you know it's an appreciating digital asset, they'll pay you instantaneously on the blockchain in Bitcoin, in Ethereum. And then as you hold on to it, as the value goes up, your net worth goes up in the same passion.
All right, last question, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that, because you talked about the platform, which is GS Partners, right? Gold Standard Bank, GS Partners, where we get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum for recommending people back to the ecosystem, right? It shoots us off Bitcoin and Ethereum because that's the currency you got to use to play, right? All right. We started December the 1st. Bitcoin was at 19,000 when we started. Ethereum was at about 600 when we started, right?
Yes,
Do you think that we and GS Partners played a major role in these currencies exploding in the month of December?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're looking at a growth of individuals who came into the company where we had about 15,000 people. Then now we're over 100,000, close to 110,000 people in our company. And the thing is that we came up with a coin called a G999 coin. But again, in order for you to be a part of it, you have to be attached to the Bitcoin and Ethereum. So when you have a huge community of individuals that are acquiring these coins to get involved with the company as a startup initially, and we're still right now in pre-launch. And as the coins go into the ecosystem to fuel what we do on the back end side, and we get paid out in Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're talking about hundreds of thousands of people that are getting these coins, creating a value and demand for it that is causing the value of the coin to go up. And then when you have scarcity and you have value, that's when the value of the coin goes up as well. So when we're looking at Bitcoin, they're projecting by the end of the year that Bitcoin should be over $100,000. They're even saying right now, because the ebbs and flows on cryptocurrency flow with the ups and downs of Bitcoin, that Ethereum is growing, like you said, from $600 when we got started. Now it just broke as high of $3,100. It's going to continue to grow. So they're looking for a coin that's going to normalize the Bitcoin, and they're looking at Ethereum. So what is that going to do for the everyday person? When you hold those coins in your portfolio, your net worth continues to go up. And then you have access to the G999 coin, and right now it's less than a penny, but it has a true utility for our ecosystem. We teach you how you can actually acquire Bitcoin, grow Bitcoin, use Bitcoin, spend Bitcoin, and earn Bitcoin through our platform. And the same thing with Ethereum.
Is there another platform that's even offering the yearly interest return off of our crypto? When we getting up to 5%, you can even do 7.5%. Then we got something coming that's going to be paying us back 12%. Like, dude, does anybody out there even have anything even close to that? Because I've seen some staking projects out there. You can hold coins in other places and get more coins. But I seen some with Binance. I think Binance was paying them 2.2%. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the significance of it, but it wasn't this. You know what I'm saying? Just amazing, man, dude. So have you heard or ran across another platform like that?
No, sir. No, sir. I haven't heard anybody come to me, from the ones I've been talking to about being able to be in a position to get 3%, 5%, 7%, and so forth, all the way up to 11.99% for just holding a coin that's going to increase in value. And it creates a residual monthly income for some people. And as the coin goes up, you're looking at monthly payouts to you that will surpass the money that people make on their normal jobs. I don't know any other program out there like that. So we tell people, look, get involved with us, connect with us, and we can show you step by step how to position yourself, because this is the way the world is going. Cryptocurrency is here. It's not going anywhere, but you want to find a proper program and a proper association of individuals within a system that can help you to grow your business to create the generational wealth that you're looking for.
Man, that's awesome, man. I want to thank you, brother. I'm glad that we decided to do this, man. We're going to have to do it again. Your platform, my platform, it don't matter, man. But let the people know how they can reach you and what social media platforms that you available at, because you are definitely the expert among us, brother.
No, I appreciate it. I'm humbled. I'm learning like everybody else, brother. But if for you to reach out to me, you can reach me on Facebook, Brian Battle on Facebook. You'll see my little icon with me and my family in there. If you want to reach out to me on Instagram, it's under I am Brian Battle. I am first name, last name, Brian Battle. if you want to get connected to my webpage, all you got to do is go to www.brianbattleonline.com, and it takes you to my website. Other than that, you can connect with me, those social media platforms, my website, and I'll be here to support you anyway. But definitely you want to go ahead, you want to like, subscribe, and share Brother Supreme's platform. Let everyone know what's going on, because the content that he's putting out is life-changing. It's mentally changing a lot of folks. So I commend you, brother, for everything you're doing. And again, I'm humbled and appreciative for you allowing me to be on your platform.
Thank you, brother. Look who jumped on. Look who we got here. Look at that.
Oh, we got that's the general right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got to run, man. Well, thank you, brother. Thank you. We would definitely do it again. It was a pleasure, brother, and an honor for the B to share this platform with you, man. Peace.
Peace and blessings.
All right, family. So with that being said, family, we're going to leave y'all. We do have a Project Exodus New Millennium Banker 10K event that's going to take place at 7:30 tonight. So you've seen the information on the link so you can learn about how we get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum. But we're going to leave you with our GS Lifestyle Crypto Debit Card, because we do have a simpler solution, and we do have a solution, and we do have something that's more convenient for the average person to get involved in crypto. So without that being said, family, come to our event tonight and get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum instantly to promote the G999 blockchain. We will see you at 7:30. We out.
Introducing the most flexible crypto card in the world. 5 traditional currency accounts, including USD, GPB, EUR, CNY, and JPY. Currency exchange rates better than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies with one simple platform. Add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit and debit card, or crypto proceeds. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere credit and debit cards are accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold-plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multi-languages. 24/7 professional concierge services. Up to 40% discounts on hotel and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery to over 100 countries. Order your GS Lifestyle card today.